Hi, welcome to Oxford News This Week. I'm Terry Stiles. This week, a community leader says goodbye and help those helping us. That and more, the Oxford News begins right now. He was the township supervisor for over 20 years, and when he chose not to run again, he became a township trustee. Now, former Oxford Township Supervisor Bill Dunn is tossing in the towel on all of it. And for a good reason, too. In a letter to the Township Board, Dunn said health issues and wanting to enjoy retirement is the reason he's resigning from all boards. In what seems to be a historically respectful custom of this township, the board honored Mr. Dunn for his many years of service. And we at OCTV thank him for serving the past several years on our OACC board as well. While his shoes may be hard to fill, Dunn's vacancy will be broken in two terms. The first ending in the November 2022 midterm election that will be filled by someone appointed by the board. Applications are currently being accepted. Hopefuls must include a resume and letter of interest submitted in person to the clerk's office by 4 p.m. December 1st. The appointment will be made at the regular board meeting on December 8th. That person will serve until November 8th, 2022. The remainder to the unexpired term from November 8th, 2022 to November 20th, 2024 will be filled by the highest vote getter in that election. Again, thank you for many years of service, Bill. We will miss you. And the last school board meeting seemed to be a disappointment to many parents in attendance, causing brief altercations as the board delayed a decision as to whether the district will defy the Oakland County Center for Disease Control mask mandate. Because trustees Dan D'Alessandro and Heather Schaefer were absent, Corey Bailey moved to delay the action on the topic until there's a full board. The state budget bill SB 82 signed by Governor Whitmer in September contains language barring local health officers from requiring any person under 18 to wear a mask, or else the department would lose funding. According to a resolution the board passed in October, if there was no resolution to the Michigan Senate Bill 82 and the Oakland County Health Division mandate, the board would put forth a motion to allow Oxford Community Schools to transition back to the planned procedures developed prior to the mandate. Additionally, some parents were upset about a proposed vaccine clinic coming to the middle school after school hours on November 19th and December 10th. But school psychologist Melissa Cree defended the clinic, citing they served a need due to this being a rural area. The new Oakland County Board of Commissioners map has been reduced from 21 to 19 districts for the year of 2022 through 2031. This month, the map drawn by Board Chair David Woodward, Democrat of Royal Oak, was approved by a 14-7 vote. The district containing Oxford and Addison townships has been renamed District 5 instead of District 3. The new district is slightly smaller geographically. It no longer contains Brandon Township, but it includes most of Oakland Township and all of Rochester and part of Rochester Hills. It also includes the villages of Oxford and Leonard. With the 2020 census numbers, the district population is 66,450. Prior to the vote, Oxford resident and Oakland County Commissioner Mike Spiz made a motion to swap Woodward's map for his own, which would have retained the 21 districts, stating he's not clear on what was driving Woodward's change from 21 to 19, but if it's money, he feels there are better ways to save, such as looking at the commissioners getting paid around $37,000 a year plus health benefits. Wow. Spiz says by reducing from 21 to 19, that reduces the reach of the people. Spiz amendment failed 10 to 11. A final vote by the commissioners is scheduled at the end of the year. If you have a loved one in the armed forces who is serving overseas, the American Legion Walter Fraser Post 108 wants to hear from you. The Oxford-based post is preparing to mail a care package to service people for the holiday season. But in order to spread that seasonal cheer around the globe, Post 108 needs shipping information by Saturday, December 4th. The men and women stationed overseas are making sacrifices to protect us. In return, we do whatever we can to support them, according to Post 108. These packages are part of that support, and if you'd like your loved ones or friends to receive a care package, please email their shipping information to sarahpost108@gmail.com, or place the information in a sealed envelope and leave it at the employee with an employee at Post 108. The location of Post 108 is 130 East Drainer Road, just south of M24. Have you ever wondered who the gentleman is that's holding the fish on the side of Knapp's building downtown? That man is Lyle Red Knapp himself, the founder of the original Knapp's Dairy Bar in Rochester. A new mural of the restaurant is part of a facelift and renovations underway at Red Knapp's American Grill. The image is based on the old photo that owner Brett Knapp found of his grandfather holding a fish, presumably near Niagara Falls. Red Knapp passed away in 1992. Brett and his dad opened the Oxford location in 1996, and Brett has been there ever since. Congratulations, Brett. So that's it for this segment of the news, but stay tuned for Dave Kenny and Science in the News and Auto Talk, and then I'll be back with some sports, so don't go away. I'll be right back.
Welcome to Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny, and this story is taken from New Scientist. An mRNA vaccine that causes a red, itchy skin rash in response to bites by ticks may allow them to be removed before they can transmit Lyme disease-causing bacteria. An mRNA vaccine designed to create an immune response to ticks so they can be removed before they transmit Lyme disease has been shown to be effective in guinea pigs. It's hoped the finding will pave the way for clinical trials in people. Lyme disease is caused by a bacterium called Borrelia burgdorferi that is transmitted through tick bites. If untreated, it can cause lifelong health problems like Lyme arthritis and nerve pain. Errol Fickrig at Yale University and his colleagues have developed a vaccine that trains the immune system to respond to tick bites by exposing it to 19 proteins found in tick saliva. The vaccine contains an mRNA molecules that instruct cells to make these proteins in the same way that mRNA COVID-19 vaccines direct cells to make coronavirus proteins. Guinea pigs given the anti-tick vaccine developed red, itchy rashes when they were later bitten by ticks, suggesting their immune systems were responding. The ticks also tended to detach early without sucking as much blood as they normally would. The researchers then placed ticks carrying Lyme disease-causing bacteria on unvaccinated and unvaccinated guinea pigs. The ticks were removed from the vaccinated animals when their skin rashes emerged, usually in the first 18 hours, and none became infected with the bacteria. In contrast, half the unvaccinated animals became infected. If the vaccine works the same way in people, it will enable us to readily detect a tick bite early due to redness at the bite site and likely itching, says Fickrig. This is important because tick bites are often painless and go unnoticed. The tick could then be pulled off before transmitting any Lyme disease-causing bacteria, which normally takes about 36 hours. Even without this deliberate tick removal, the immune response generated by the vaccine may encourage the tick to fall off naturally before transmitting the harmful bacteria, says Fickrig. The researchers will now test the vaccine in other animal models before beginning trials in people. The anti-tick vaccine differs from other Lyme disease vaccine in development, which target the bacteria responsible rather than the tick carrier. Both approaches are promising, but one advantage of tick-targeted vaccines is that they may also protect against other tick-borne diseases like anaplasmosis and babesiosis, says Petr Kopa at the University of Parasitology in the Czech Republic. Fickrig hopes it will be possible to develop a vaccine that simultaneously targets the bacteria and the ticks. A combination of the two approaches might make a vaccine that is more effective than either one individually, he says. Other researchers are investigating whether Lyme disease could be eradicated in the wild by leaving out baits containing a chemical called hygromycin A, that is, that kills B. burgdorferi, the bug that causes Lyme disease, but has little effect on most other bacteria and is harmless to animals. That's a good thing. Well, that's it for Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny.
Do you love local sports? Whether it's Oxford High School or Parks and Rec, you can buy copies of each game. To purchase your copy, call us at 248-628-9658. or give us an email at manager@occtv.org, or talk to us at the next game. Hopefully we'll see you there.
Hi, it's me again. I'm sitting in for Jim Hughes in sports, and Jim will be back next week. So in the second round of the high school playoffs, the Oxford High School Wildcats football season came to an end with a near shutout by the Rochester Adams Highlanders on Friday, November 5th. A great season of football despite all that loss. Oxford Middle School's 7th grade football team made history this season by going undefeated for the first time. The coach says, "We're proud of these extraordinary accomplishments by both of our 7th grade football teams. This certainly points to a bright future for these young men," said Tony DeMar, the director of athletics. Sorry about that. Oxford girls cross country team took first place at MHSAA Region 9 Championship at Anchor Bay High School in New Baltimore. And they did that on October 29th. And collectively, the team scored 73 points, beating out second place Romeo at 102 and third place Macomb, Dakota at 117. Then Oxford girls cross country team finished 8th in the state out of 28 teams in the Division I finals at the Michigan International Speedway November 6th. The team scored 299 points. Wow. Freshman Mallory Bigelow led the team and was all-state top 30, finishing in 19th place. Wow, that's great. So I'm Terry Stiles, and that was sports. And again, Jim will be back next week.
Welcome to Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny, and these stories are taken from Automotive News. In our first story, FCA US, now part of Stellantis, said it's recalling nearly 250,000 heavy-duty Ram diesel trucks globally for an issue with the fuel pumps that may cause vehicles to stall or prevent them from starting. The affected vehicles are certain 2019 and 2020 Ram 2500 and 3500 heavy-duty pickups and Ram 3500, 4500, and 5500 chassis cab trucks that are equipped with 6.7-liter Cummins turbo diesel engines. The recall covers an estimated 2,410 vehicles in the U.S., 20,539 in Canada, 3,525 in other markets outside North America. The high-pressure fuel pumps of the affected vehicles may be subject to inadvertent wear that may contaminate their mechanisms with metal shavings, which could result in a vehicle stall or loss of power, Stellantis said in the statement on November 17th. The automaker said it's unaware of any related injuries or accidents. As of October 27th, FCA US is aware of 495 customer assistant records and 6,399 warranty claims, according to a recall document filed with NHTSA. To fix the issue, fuel pumps on the affected vehicles will be replaced and the powertrain control module software will be updated. If necessary, additional fuel system components will also be replaced. Dealers and vehicle owners will be notified on or around January 1st, according to the document. In our next story, how the infrastructure bill will impact the auto industry. The bill sets aside $7.5 billion to help build a national network of electric vehicle charging stations. Last week, the House passed the biggest U.S. infrastructure package in decades, marking a victory for President Joe Biden and unleashing $550 billion of fresh spending. Here are provisions that the bill has for the auto industry. The bill sets aside $7.5 billion to help build a national network of electric vehicle charging stations. The White House says the funds will be used to build EV chargers along highway corridors to facilitate long-distance travel and within communities to make charging more convenient. Biden's ultimate goal is to have a national network of 500,000 EV chargers. The legislation sets deadlines for the U.S. Department of Transportation to issue rules on automatic shutoff for keyless ignition systems, updated headlamp standards, and a requirement for new vehicles to be equipped with drunken driving and impaired driving prevention technology. Wow. After the House passed the bill, the Center for Automotive Safety said in a statement, while our 51 years of fighting for consumers' protection and safety from vehicle crashes has taught us that progress can be slow and painful, it is possible. There is $65 billion in the bill for upgrades to the national electric grid. The money will fund new transmission lines and support development, demonstration, and deployment of cutting-edge clean energy technologies, according to the White House. Well, that's it for this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny, and we'll be right back.
So this was kind of a one-man show this week without Jim Hughes. Jim will be back next week. I'm Terry Stiles. Thanks for watching Oxford News This Week. If you want to learn more about these stories and others, you can go to the Oxford Leader newspaper. You can also go to the Charter Township of Oxford's Facebook page. CJ puts a lot of stories on there. You can catch us on Charter Channel 191 or AT&T Channel 99. Thanks to Dan Zweiss in the back for keeping us on the air, and Connie Miller. And I want to tell you all have a great and safe, happy Thanksgiving. I'm Terry Stiles. Thanks for watching Oxford News This Week, where we bring your news closer to home.